to those kids from Bernie as their Little League team is in the U.S. Little League World Series Final Saturday at 2:30. They'll face the winner between Mountain and Southeast, who are starting right now. The NFL, Cowboys are adding to the trenches with defensive tackle Linval Joseph on a one-year deal worth up to $4 million. And the San Antonio Missions, they follow the Rough Riders, continue that series tonight.
This is Extra Innings with Pleasure.
Truth is, I am Iron Man.
Rock and roll! The Texans win it!
You've been called the Da Vinci of our time. What do you say to that?
Absolutely ridiculous. I don't paint.
That ball is history! A walk-off home run!
And it's going to be legendary.
James Pledger wraps your day with insight, opinion, plenty of sarcasm, and of course, your calls. He'll even pour a beer out the door for his favorite story of the day. This is Extra Innings with Pledger. Now, here's Pledge.
Welcome into Extra Innings with Pleasure right here on San Antonio Sports Star, 94.1 FM, sasportstar.com. I am James Pledger. Thanks for joining me. However you may be joining me, whether that's on 94.1 FM, sasportstar.com, listening via our AA Best Bail Bonds audio player, or if you're watching on YouTube. You can watch all of our shows live on YouTube, The Morning Huddle, The Blitz, and Extra Innings with Pleasure. Go to SA Sports Star on YouTube. Like, subscribe. You can comment along with the show like Daniel Batista. What's up, my guy? How are you doing? Welcome into Extra Innings. Appreciate everybody for rolling in here. And y'all know me. I'm a golfer. And we have our Fall Golf Classic coming up. That is right. It is back Monday, September the 30th, out at Olympia Hills Golf Club. It's $120 per person, $400 per foursome. So get a group together, save some money. It benefits San Antonio sports and is presented by the law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chocolate, also sponsored in part by Jim Beam and Flight by Yingling. Once again, that is the Fall Golf Classic happening Monday, September the 30th out at Olympia Hills Golf Course. Sign up now at sasportstar.com. The NFL season is close. It is so close. And by the way, we got Future and Metro Boomin tickets to give away again, courtesy of Live Nation. You can win a pair a little bit later on in the show here. They're playing tomorrow out at the Frost Bank Center. You can get your tickets if you don't win them out at livenation.com. But stay tuned if you want to go to that show on Friday night. But the Dallas Cowboys have kind of been at the forefront of the conversation for a lot of things when it comes to how good will they be? Will they get their contracts done, et cetera, et cetera? And listening to Jerry yesterday talking about CD's contract, that does sound like it's imminently close. The more I hear from him about Dak Prescott, the less I think a deal is likely. When he goes in depth about CD, how close they are, they wouldn't have offered the money they did. And then it is very... Dak's going into the final year of a deal without a franchise tag. There's no safety net, and he can see the open market and what his value really is. So it is beneficial to lock him up before he gets to that marker of next off season where he can truly, in a way that doesn't happen in the NFL, be a free agent as a top tier quarterback, likely coming off a great season, and just whoever the highest bidder is. So the more I hear from Jerry on that, the less comfortable I feel about him actually getting a deal. And that's going to make a lot of people that want to see Dak gone extremely happy until they find out how bad it is at quarterback and how tough it is to find one. But they are making moves that makes this team very beneficial moving forward. You've got Dak, you've got CD, you've got Jake Ferguson, you've got pieces offensively that Brandon Cooks made this a top flight offense last year, right? Now they add a Linval Joseph along with Phillips, who they traded for last week, and that defensive line with Mozzie Smith, who earlier you heard about how his drive to get better. Mike Zimmer's defense and how this could look, and Micah talking about it being really, really, really good. Well, the addition of Linval Joseph, who knows Mike Zimmer, who is a pure nose that can eat up blocks and do that. It provides depth. And this morning on the morning huddle, they were talking about this defense and the additions on the defensive line and Rob and AJ and what these additions mean for the upcoming season and moving forward.
Cowboys making some moves, Rob. Linval Joseph signs to the Cowboys.
I know this isn't directly on Mozzie, but in every day, in every way.
You keep saying it. They're showing him
how good a camp he's having, and they keep signing defensive linemen. So you tell me.
They keep telling you, man, you guys suck. Linval Joseph can still play a little. He played for Buffalo last year. Solid play. No, he's not like a Pro Bowl guy anymore, but he's not a Pro Bowl guy.
Dude. Solid. Played for Zimmer, understands the playbook.
Might be better than Mozzie Smith.
Probably wouldn't have gotten a job, but for our number 1 draft pick last year, ain't worth a crap.
He's big.
Well, again, can't coach huge.
That's right. I think they are just. If Mozzie Smith was a 4th round pick,
it would be. You're right.
They'd be like, whatever, man. We blew this one.
Yeah, we're happy with what little he can give us. But right now, man, it is so apparent that the new defensive coordinator shows up, and after the very first practice against other dudes, we had a couple of weeks of Mozzie going, you know what? He doesn't look half bad. And then he went against the Rams, and since then, 3 defensive linemen have been signed.
Jordan Phillips, Carl Lawson, and now Linval Joseph.
So you tell me what Zimmer thought of that defensive line, primarily his defensive tackle, who they said, he's gotten so much better. And don't expect big stats from him because his job is just to be a tree stump. Okay, so you drafted a tree stump and with a 1st round draft pick.
I think that there's no way that this isn't an indictment of Mozzie. But again, when you draft somebody in the 1st round, you don't want to admit this early that you blew it.
But you have to fail fast. You have to realize
I'm with
this
you, man.
cat ain't it, and go get dudes. And Zimmer was like, this cat ain't it. I'm going to go get some dudes that at least for the short term will fill whatever need I see that Mozzie can't do.
And that means when the draft comes around next year, if the highest guy on your board happens to be a nose tackle, then, well we're back in that market.
Let me tell you, following the Cowboys drafts, they can find an offensive lineman like nobody in the NFL. They can find, and I say Will McClay and his scouting org, they can find ball hawking corners and safeties like nobody in the NFL. They can't judge defensive line flesh at all. I mean, whoever is in charge of that over the years, and it's been through organizations, and the only one that's been here consistently is Will McClay. The whiffs have been at wide receiver and defensive line.
Particularly like interior defensive line.
Yes, I mean it's just one dude after another, after another, after another. Now they're good at finding them from other teams, like the guys that went to another team and got cut. They're pretty good at signing those guys, but through the draft, not a very good eye for what turns into NFL productivity. They just whatever that is, they just don't see it. And this is just another example. And it's not just under McCarthy. We can go back under Garrett. Their Taco Charlton, keep in mind, was drafted 1 pick ahead of Watt's little brother.
So who was the guy that they took? Tristan Hill. That's right. That's what I was thinking of.
So Tristan Hill, I'm standing at their very first padded practice. Tristan Hill goes into some sort of full-on body cramp 40 minutes into practice. And has to be like carted off the field, and you can just tell everybody going, "Well, there goes another one," and he's long gone.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
For whatever reason, some of us just aren't very good judges of whatever, and we can't pick out a defensive lineman for whatever reason. It just hasn't worked out for us.
You know who went 5 picks after Tristan Hill?
DK
Metcalf.
See. the mistakes they've made, and it's consistency. At least we know we're not good at that.
Who was the defensive tackle from Oklahoma that they drafted?
Man, you're asking the wrong cat, especially the revolving. Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Neville Gallimore.
Yeah, Neville, I was going to say Desmond, but it's Neville.
I think he's in the CFL now.
See, it's just, and it's not. And if it was like, if you had,
I'm not kidding. I'm going to look at. I think he might be.
And it's, you'd think, okay, skill positions, or they're all skill positions, but you could get it. Like, everybody whiffs on quarterbacks. You don't know until you know. But defensive linemen, you'd think you'd go, that's the quality that I'm looking for, and that's going to work in the NFL, whatever that is, and be pretty consistently good at it. And to be this consistently bad, I find very, very off-putting, because like I keep saying, it doesn't matter the administration. They just can't draft defensive linemen.
No, it looks like
they found D-Law, and they do have a Hall of Fameman and D-Ware. It's not like they've, the easy ones have been easy, but to find the diamonds, not worked out.
He's on the Dolphins now. I was wrong.
Yeah, Neville.
Yeah.
Which is where a lot of Cowboys go to die. We sent an offensive lineman there, too.
Congrats.
Yeah. Cowboys have not been great at drafting defensive linemen, but they have their hits too. They drafted DeMarcus Ware. They drafted DeMarcus Lawrence. They drafted Micah Parsons. Like, they've had some hits. They've had their fair share of misses, and most of their misses have come on the defensive line. But you could say the same thing about corners or anything else. The draft is a crapshoot, and you're going to miss just as much as you hit. I remember people talking about Ball and all the other offensive linemen that have been misses for the Cowboys, but they've hit spectacularly on a lot of them, like Travis Frederick and Zach Martin and Tyron Smith. And it looks like Cooper Beebe and Tyler Guyton are going to be really good. But because they've hit so well on that, you forget about some of the misses they've had too. This is Extra Innings with Pledger. I am James Pledger right here on San Antonio Sports Star. We'll go to the phone lines real quick. 210-656-3776. That's 656-ESPN. Gary, welcome into Extra Innings with Pledge, my man. What's going on?
Oh, man, I love listening to your station and everything. I don't get a chance to call in as often as I used to. But I was going to say, two things that really have stood out to me during the preseason.
Mm-hmm.
Our linebackers are very active at getting their hands on that ball.
Uh-huh.
And how many stupid penalties like false starts have you seen on either side of the line in these last two games?
Absolutely.
Absolutely none.
That's what happens.
That's discipline.
That's exactly what you would expect from the transition to Mike Zimmer, because that was the first thing we talked about when they bring Mike Zimmer into this is going to be a more disciplined defense than it's been in the past. You're not going to see Sam Williams jumping off sides on 3rd and 3, giving them a free first down.
Exactly. And that can be the difference between a drive keeping going and stopping and you getting the ball back. Stupid penalties. You don't see a lot of those.
You're absolutely right, Gary. It's very astute, and it's one of those things that we expect from Mike Zimmer now that he has the reins on this defense with his type of coaching style and accountability.
Absolutely. I watch the little details like that, because everybody wants to see who takes the touchdown, who makes the long run.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know who is hurting the team. I don't see anybody hurting the team right now.
You're absolutely right, Gary. Appreciate the phone call, my man.
All right. Take care.
It's always good to hear from you. And he's right. That's something we can look forward to. And if you remember, the difference between that Bills game was they were going to go 3 and out and punt, and instead it turned into a touchdown drive. And one little penalty like that can be the difference in the floodgates opening. This is Extra Innings with Pledger right here on San Antonio Sports Star, 94.1 FM, sasportsstar.com. Speaking of the Cowboys and their defensive line, Micah Parsons sounds like a completely different person, and the Blitz talked about it a little bit earlier today. We'll let you hear it next right here on Extra Innings with Pledge on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
San Antonio Sports Star.
Has a loved one died and left you an old car to sell? GiveMeTheVin.com is GM in classic and collector car buying service. GMTVCC.com will hook you up with GMTVCC Pro buyers that will appraise and offer on that 69 Chevelle, old Corvette, old truck, and especially Restomods. We love Restomods at GMTVCC.com. Don't mess with consignments or auctions. Get paid today on your classic or collector car at GMTVCC.com.
This is the story of the one. As a warehouse manager, her job is to transform chaos into clarity and to see patterns where others see problems. Luckily, she's got a partner who shares her perspective. Grainger offers over 1 million industrial-grade products, backed by real person support and in-depth online resources, so she can tackle every task with precision and turn potential setbacks into streamlined success. Call clickgrainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Fall is the perfect excuse to update my wardrobe. So I went to Kohl's and fell in love with dressing up all over again, and all for less. With their friends and family sale, I saved 20% on polished pieces for me and my husband, like dresses, button-downs, and shoes. Plus, I earned Kohl's cash. Don't take my word for it. Get to Kohl's and discover fall faves for yourself. Select styles, offers end August 25th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
This is the famous footwear that makes us actually want to go back to school. With the newest styles from all your favorite brands, like Nike, Adidas, Crocs, Converse, New Balance, Birkenstock, and more. You'll find everything kids want, all at prices parents can appreciate. Because you don't have to overspend to make it famous. Famous Footwear even has fit experts in store to make sure you get the right size every time. So, for the perfect fit, make it famous. Plus, right now, buy one, get one half off when you shop your local Famous Footwear or famous.com. Some exclusions apply.
Right now at Wendy's, you can get a small Frosty for $1. And literally everyone is going. The car behind you, going to get a $1 Frosty. The car ahead of you, already had one, going for a second. The person who cut you off earlier, you guessed it, $1 Frosty. Maybe it's all a sign for you to go get one. Just don't cut anyone off. No one likes that person. The iconic Frosty for $1, gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only. Participating U.S. Wendy's. Not valid in a combo. Prices may be higher in Alaska, Hawaii, California, and via third-party.
If you're a man and you live in or around the San Antonio area, you need to listen to this message. Do you find yourself stressing about or even avoiding intimate moments? Do you find yourself thinking, is it going to work? Does your partner look at you and ask, is it me? Did I do something wrong? Do you get frustrated when things don't live up to their expectations? Men, you're not alone, and we have a solution. For over a decade, Mojo has delivered 100% guaranteed male performance results. Mojo truly works every single time. Guys, Mojo works when all other things fail, and its proprietary formula has helped thousands of men live their best lives again. Yeah! Mojo is 100% natural, blood pressure safe, diabetic friendly, and fast acting. And Mojo is now available in both spray and capsule formulas exclusively at Pure Line Nutrition. Call Pure Line Nutrition in San Antonio today at 210-494-2210. That's Pure Line Nutrition, 210-494-2210.
Football season is here. It's the greatest time of the year. Jason Minix here from The Blitz for UnderdogFantasy.com. You know, I've been playing Underdog for a long time now, and over 1 million fans got in the game last year by making picks on Underdog. You, too, can join and win up to 325 times your money just by choosing higher or lower on your favorite player stats. Getting signed up is easy. Go to the app or UnderdogFantasy.com and use my promo code STAR, and Underdog will give you a highly discounted pick to use on your first pick of plus a first-time deposit offer of up to $1,000 in bonus cash. Must be over 18 and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or go to ncpgambling.org. Underdog Fantasy, promo code STAR to claim your new customer offer of a gimme first pick and your deposit offer of up to $1,000 in bonus cash. Get signed up now at UnderdogFantasy.com.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. 120,000 miles of night drives, daily commutes, and who knows how many.
Are we there yet?
The countless fixes, elbow grease, and a new radiator, you kept your ride alive. With eBay Motors, you have over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Need assistance with door and window projects? The Home Depot can help. From inspiration and materials to ordering and installation, our free millwork virtual apron service can get you moving and doing. Plus, we speak Spanish too. Our associates can help you tackle complex jobs without you leaving the job site, saving you time and 33 HD apron or visit homedepot.com/MBA. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
Testosterone plays a significant role in regulating fat metabolism and distribution in the body. It also helps to reduce serious health risks down the line. I'm Manny with Rock's Discount Vitamins, and we carry the highest quality natural testosterone boosters on the market. It immediately provides you with more energy, increased libido, increased metabolism, and improves your mood. With 11 San Antonio area locations, find us at rocksdiscountvitamins.com. That's rocksdiscountvitamins.com. We thank God and you for all the support.
Welcome back into Extra Innings with Pleasure right here on San Antonio Sports Star 94.1 FM, sasportstar.com. I am James Pleasure. You can follow me on Instagram, X, everything at I am Pleasure. You can follow the station at SA Sports Star. You can also watch us on YouTube at SA Sports Star. Go ahead, like, subscribe. Dallas Cowboys play their final preseason game this Saturday. Nobody important is going to play in it, but you can catch it right here. Maybe see how Trey Lance does in his final attempt to impress the coaching staff, maybe enough to think that he is the future behind Dak Prescott. That's going to be Cowboys Chargers on your South Texas home for the Dallas Cowboys, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, Saturday, 3 o'clock. Starts at 2 with the pregame right here. It is presented by AA Best Bail Bonds and Ewald Kubota. And something that's coming out of Cowboys camp is a different version of Micah Parsons, it seems like, because you hear him talking about different things, and one of those things is a new focus on leadership. And this is probably, to me, as I was breaking this audio down, I highlighted these cuts and I was like, this is probably the most impressive Micah Parsons sound I've heard in my entire time pulling audio from him, and that includes his podcast and everything else. You know, the things where he throws teammates under the bus, it's, you know, it's fun in terms of clickiness, but this was more genuine, more thought-based, and it revolved around him being a leader, and they talked about it today on the Blitz.
You look at 31 days in Oxnard, Micah Parsons says he is ready to get home.
I mean, I'm ready to go home. I've been ready to go home. I mean, that ain't changed nothing, but, you know, I just, like I said, it's the last really competitive day. And for a lot of guys, that's probably my last time competing with a couple of those guys. So, you know, I think that took a big part of it, just all of us being together.
Now, I wish he would have told us who those guys are. Kind of give us a clue into who's about to be cut, because he clearly knows.
Well,
I mean, why else would he say that?
Well, I mean, he might not know specifically, but you know that, you know, not everybody that you're in camp with right now is going to make the team.
Yeah.
You know, you go from there. But what I do find interesting about Micah Parsons and where he is at right now, and a little bit different this year, at least the week we were in Oxnard, although it kind of seems like what we saw has been consistent throughout camp. He's doing podium work, but he's not doing a bunch of other side interviews. Obviously, you know, yesterday he talked to the media, but when we were out there, we did see him being more of a teacher. And, you know, through all the years of going to camp, you see veteran guys working with young players after practice or they're off to the side when they're not in action at the moment, you know, whether it's footwork, hand placement, all those kind of things. And we saw that. And he talked about it yesterday about having more of a leadership role within this organization.
Honestly, bro, it was a deep conversation we had last year, right before playoffs, and you know, guys was just like, you got to bring us along with you. You can't, you know, be on this journey alone. And if you're Mr. You know, All Pro, and you know, and it was a reality check for me. And you know, I kind of went to my mentors this offseason. I was like, man, how do I approach this? How do I get better at this? Because this is a task that I never had to take on in my life. You know, I think my whole life I was kind of pretty much like do, and I just expected everyone else to do that. But as you kind of learn in leadership, is some people do need a pat on the back, and some people do need a push up to say, hey, we need a little bit more out of you. That because everyone's not built the same, and everyone doesn't have the same mindset. So I think it was a harsh reality and a reality check for me within myself. And my self evaluation was, man, I got to do the best as I can to make myself better, but not only bring along other guys. And and I feel like I needed that, and I'm glad I had that conversation early on, because you kind of want to strike while the pot's hot.
Could it be that our young Micah Parsons is growing up?
Yes.
Right before our eyes.
Yes.
I mean, it honestly sounded like a very mature young man who realizes that, even if you don't want responsibility of being a leader, the fact that you play the way you do makes you a leader. And people are going to look to you and turn to you, and he's realizing that, and hopefully that's the case. And, of course, we'll find out on his podcast during the season and what he says. But that statement there might have been one of the best things I've heard Micah Parsons say since he got to the Dallas Cowboys.
And what he said is he's talked to his mentors.
Yeah.
So who did he actually talk to about how to become a better leader?
Andrew Whitworth. I actually talked to Richard Sherman. Richard Sherman, he kind of gave me a long list while he was at the Super Bowl. And he's like, man, I can't believe you guys lost that. And honestly, it was while we were at Super Bowl, all the OGs were there, man. Like, they all come back for like all the fans and all the, you guys are there too. So you guys know. And I think it was a bunch of the legends was there, and it was in Delilah's, and we was just having a long 2-hour conversation just about, man, how you need to approach things and how I felt and how I was like so, I was like so distraught about it. Like I just couldn't believe it. And, obviously I still got Whit, and, I still got Ray Lewis. He was a great mentor, and I was talking to him out over at Pro Bowl, and just getting that feeling and understanding of what it takes to lead, because, I think it's different. Because, I think growing up, I seen Ray Lewis be successful. I seen Richard Sherman be successful. I seen Big Whit do it in his last year. That was my rookie year. And understanding kind of the recent. And then, obviously, I got Brady. Brady was a great mentor. I got to talk to Brady 4 or 5 times in person over this offseason. And, I'm trying to find every characteristic from them winning teams. I'm trying to find what were y'all doing in practice that was clicking for y'all. And Brady told me he had days like this. Brady had tough days. He said we didn't have it easy, and I think that's the thing with all of this, man. You got to find characteristics in these winning teams. How can I bring this over my team? All these teams are different, but they all have similarities. And I think when you guys ask me, man, why you watch these throwbacks? Why you watch these? You're a fan of these greatness, because they all got similar characteristics. That's why I'm so drawn to MJ and the Derek Jeters and the Michael Strahans, because they have so much greatness. They got characteristic or something I can pull from them that I could bring here.
Yeah, all of those guys that he mentioned, every single one of them I'd be on a list to talk to about leadership and how to act, how to behave, and how to do it when it comes to professional sports. So props to him when it comes to that. I mean, and I listening to him, and I don't know if you hear it the same way. He just seems like a different cat. I mean, he does. He seems like a different guy right now.
And that's good. That's good.
I agree.
That's good for the Cowboys. That's obviously great for Micah Parsons.
And it is really good for the Cowboys, because it's going to be good for the Cowboys to have that extra type of leadership in the building. And if it translates to the regular season, it could rub off, especially on some of these younger guys, and keep this team more focused as they enter the postseason. This is Extra Innings with Pledge. I am James Pledger right here on San Antonio Sports Star 94.1 FM, sasportstar.com. I've got tickets to go see Future and Metro Boomin. They are coming on Friday to the Frost Bank Center. If you want to go to that concert, be caller number 5 right now, 210-656-ESPN. That is 656-3776. If you want to go see Future and Metro Boomin, the We Trust You tour, this Friday out at the Frost Bank Center. If you don't win your tickets, you can always get them at livenation.com. Also on the Blitz, switch it up a little bit. We got to talk a little basketball as Michelle Beadle, San Antonio's own, Spurs' own, stopped by to talk about the Spurs, the future, especially what's next without Bill Land in the future. of the season with Wemby going into year 2. We'll let you hear part of that coming up right here on Extra Innings with Pleasure on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Stars Fall Golf Classic is back. Monday, September 30th at Olympia Hills Golf Club. Get your slot now. $120 per person or $400 per foursome. The Fall Golf Classic, benefiting San Antonio Sports, is presented by the Law Office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, sponsored in part by Jim Beam, PPL Motorhomes, Flight by Yingling, Tomalitos Mexican Restaurant. The Fall Golf Classic, happening Monday, September 30th. Sign up now at sasportstar.com.
Train heating and cooling systems are tested, retested, engineered, and re-engineered to keep up with you. We run together. Visit traininfo.com to find your local independent train dealer. Traininfo.com. It's hard to stop a train.
Attention! If you owe money to the IRS, this is an urgent message. The IRS is cracking down by sending out heart-stopping letters, aggressively garnishing paychecks, seizing bank accounts, and putting liens on homes and businesses. They call it enforced compliance, and you better watch out because penalties and interest on unpaid taxes compound daily, making it seem impossible to ever get out of debt. Don't let the tax debt destroy your life. You need to call Optima Tax Relief, the #1 tax resolution firm. They're experts in the Fresh Start Initiative, one of the biggest breaks that the IRS has ever offered. If you qualify, you could save thousands. Optima's resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. They'll fight to get you the best deal possible. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-714-8422. 800-714-8422. 800-714-8422.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Football season is among us. Experience the ultimate game day at 49 Cigars at the Village of Stone Oak, Suite 101. Enjoy our fine selection of premium cigars, and you can bring your own beverages. Catch all the action in style at 49 Cigars, where great cigars and unforgettable sports moments meet.
Attention! If you owe money to the IRS, this is an urgent message. The IRS is cracking down by sending out heart-stopping letters, aggressively garnishing paychecks, seizing bank accounts, and putting liens on homes and businesses. They call it enforced compliance, and you better watch out because penalties and interest on unpaid taxes compound daily, making it seem impossible to ever get out of debt. Don't let the tax debt destroy your life. You need to call Optima Tax Relief, the #1 tax resolution firm. They're experts in the Fresh Start Initiative, one of the biggest breaks that the IRS has ever offered. If you qualify, you could save thousands. Optima's resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. They'll fight to get you the best deal possible. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-714-8422. 800-714-8422. 800-714-8422.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Your neighbors at El Guacamole Mexican Grill on 25020 Blanco Road are ready to serve you breakfast or lunch fresh. Made to order Mexican dishes or cold drinks on tap. Order today or visit El Guacamole Mexican Grill on 25020 Blanco Road.
My wife and I always loved doing everything together. Jiu-jitsu, kayaking, and intimacy was always on point. It was around my early 30s when I noticed a downward trend, watching a lot of TV, putting on weight, and just full of self-doubt. I had tried another men's clinic with disappointing results. It's the personalized treatment I receive at Revive Men's Health that has been the complete game changer for me. I've got my energy and motivation back. I'm feeling stronger than I did in my 20s, and it made me a much better husband to my wife.
I'm Nicole Chrysler, healthcare provider at Revive Men's Health. If you are always feeling tired or moody, have a difficult time sleeping, or decreased libido, you may be suffering from low testosterone.
Book your free T-check and exam. Call Revive Men's Health San Antonio at 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit revivemenshealth.com.
South Texas home for the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Saturday afternoon at 3. After wrapping training camp at the Star in Frisco, the Cowboys take on the Los Angeles Chargers at Jerry World in Preseason game. Pre-game starts at 2 p.m. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds and Ewald Kubota. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
Welcome back into Extra Innings with Pledger. I am James Pledger right here on San Antonio Sports Star, 94.1 FM, sasportstar.com. Appreciate y'all riding along with me tonight. Taking you up till 7 o'clock. Been talking a lot of football, basketball since the Olympics are over. Have kind of faded into the background. Wemby spotted in Puerto Rico, Costa Rica, I think, with some braids in his hair. So new look for Wemby this summer as he is enjoying his vacation, which was duly earned considering everything he's gone through since he got through his pro team draft process into the training camp and then straight into the season, through the season, into Olympic training, through the Olympics, finally getting some downtime to kind of enjoy himself. And Michelle Beadle, who we love, part of the Spurs broadcast crew, part of Mad Dog Radio now. She was in Circa Las Vegas with the guys on the Blitz, stopped by after her show and talked a little bit about, especially with the retirement and some retirement of Bill Land, what could potentially be next for that Spurs broadcast team.
The announcement yesterday from Bill Land.
Yeah.
And a lot of people immediately, well, Michelle Beadle needs to be a part of this.
Sure. That's
Yeah,
cool.
absolutely. Get Kick on the phone
When I
right
think
now.
of Bill Land, legend.
Yes.
I think no, I was lucky enough to get to do a bunch of Spurs stuff when I first started going back to work, and then hopefully we'll get to do more. But Bill Land is one of, and you guys know this,
Yes.
like this business has a lot of crappy people in
Yes.
it, across the board. And so he's just such a genuine, beautiful, lovely man. So I wish him all the best in his retirement. Hopefully we get to go have beers with him because God knows that's how he's going to be living it out. But yeah, who's doing it next? I don't know. I mean, Dan Weiss, that's my pick.
Yeah.
That's my guy.
So Sean will have some
He
say
has
so in
to.
that, right?
He has to. Yeah. And Sean's such an easy, likable, get along guy. Like, I can't imagine there's a world. I mean, who would they bring in he wouldn't like? That would be the thing to figure out because Sean's so easy too. So yeah, it's a coveted job. Like Wemby has made everything gold again.
Yep.
So that's cool to watch.
When you think about the addition of Wemby, and I go back his first sit down interview was with you.
It was amazing.
Where he was then to where he is now, and your national media perspective. I mean, in San Antonio, we feel like we're living it every day. But from your perspective, what has been the growth being in New York, watching what is happening with Wemby and the Spurs?
Look, I think we've all seen enough sports stars come in with hype who haven't worked out, and then those who have. And he's coming in with more hype than I can remember in a really long time. To watch him grow so quickly and to mentally just seem to be years above his young embryonic age. Just watching him cry at the Olympics, like you're 20 years old and you took a French team to the line with a team of all Hall of Famers and legends. Like there are no tears here. Like this kid's going to be here for a really long time. And I had somebody text me, a player in the league who I was like shocked to hear from, who goes, "It's top 5 now. Top 5 now." And I'm like, and this is a guy who's not a big hype buyer. And, most players don't want to really give him that credit yet because he's a kid, he's from out of the country, all the things that come with that. I'm so obsessed with how this ends. Like when we were having the argument of, is it Chet Holmgren or Wemby? I was like, this is not even an argument.
It's not.
Like, what are we even talking about right now? And clearly we were all right. Pat on our back. But I'm so excited for everything this future has with him. I hope he goes the way of a Tim Duncan, where he never leaves the city and he's a Spur for life, and that's it.
What is it about San Antonio? David Robinson,
Right.
Tim Duncan, now Wemby.
And our thing with French,
right?
We got a good picker for the French. It's crazy. I know it's why when sometimes if the Spurs make moves that the quote unquote national media question or they ask me about it, I'm like, I've grown to trust the system in San Antonio. I don't have reason not to, and it's they just kind of have a really good then immediately. And I think that's where teams sometimes get in trouble. It's like they want a quick fix, and the quick fix isn't really. I mean, look at the Phoenix Suns. That was supposed to be a team that was going to go to the finals, and that's just not how that played out. So, yeah, they're good at this. Spurs are good at this, and so we'll see what the moves are. I mean, my hardest thing was the Chris Paul of it all. As a Spurs fan, he wasn't our favorite.
No, they're sports hate. We've always hated that.
Despise. And so that's going to be fun to watch this season.
But my theory is we root for laundry. If you're wearing the other team's jersey, I'm not a fan. I can sports hate you. You put on our jersey, I will root for you.
You take that jersey off, though, we're right back where we were.
No, I don't see like a Karl Malone. I don't care what jersey he's wearing. I can't.
It's a bad dude.
Yes.
I can't root for him. Yeah, no, the Chris Paul of it all. I once took a hot yoga class with Chris Paul in LA.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You what? Wait.
Yeah. He was the last one in. I was like, oh God, here we go. So it's just like an amazing moment. By the way, could there be a more LA moment? I once took a hot yoga class with Chris Paul. But yeah, no, didn't acknowledge each other. But we were very aware of each other's existence in the room. Like, yeah, hello. And now he's a Spur.
Yeah.
We saw it coming.
Yeah, but what number is he going to wear?
What is he wearing?
Well, it's the strangest thing.
Yeah.
So they have the introductory press conference. Right. They don't hold up a jersey. They take a photo of him with a basketball covering what the number would be. Keldon at an autograph show last week was asked. And he said, no, I'm going to be number 3 for sure.
For sure.
For sure. He said for sure. And he's not giving up his number.
Good for him.
Yeah.
No, he's got to.
Well, no, he's going to get traded anyway.
Hall of Famer.
Is that how this is going to play?
Absolutely.
It's been it's drama in San Antonio.
Big. I'm surprised you're not getting text messages.
I know. I'm
about
surprised
this.
I'm not. I mean, we're already almost to September. Doesn't this have to be decided?
It does.
I mean,
soon?
Yeah. Well, at some point, have you ever seen a player introduction
No.
where
Now
no
that you're
jersey?
saying that.
No. And my thought was, well, Keldon, has given a number. But you look at the reduced salary that Chris is working for. How much is he going to give up for a number? Or did the Spurs say, hey, don't pay that kid anything. He won't be here when we get to training camp.
I know, but I love Keldon.
Well, he's great.
a great guy.
But he'll be good for somebody
Chris Paul
else.
has made enough money. He can write a nice check for that number 3 if he really, really wants it. You're also not paying a bunch of taxes like you're used to paying this season. So it just pay the man.
I think that's what Keldon was doing, negotiating through the media. He was negotiating through the media. I'm number 3.
Well,
it's a price.
But see,
Everybody
but Keldon has worn 3, high school, college.
He's a baby.
He is a baby.
And big reason why he idolized Chris Paul.
I love when, by the way, we're all so old now that's what's happening. It's like players are playing with guys they idolize. And
Yes.
Like the Anthony Edwards, Kevin Durant of it all to me is like, it's like a buddy cop movie. I want that to be a thing.
I can't believe Kevin Durant's 35 years old.
I can't. It feels like he's been around forever.
Right. I remember. It's like yesterday he came out of Texas.
Yeah, I know.
Right?
And he's still skinny as hell. I don't understand how that happens.
Hot yoga in LA.
Hot yoga in LA. No, I would like if I saw him. It'd be a good sighting.
We'll see.
Yeah.
What is your patience level as a Spurs fan on how quickly you want to see this team winning again? I know the whole skipping steps and all that, but dude, I don't know how many more non-losing seasons I can deal with.
Like what's realistic, right? Because I enjoyed last season. And I want to win. Obviously, I love parades. Let's have more parades. But I also was kind of like, okay, we're seeing growth. We're seeing, especially towards the end of the way the season ended, I was like, all right, there's something going on here. This will be fun. I don't know realistically, is 2 seasons too long? It's 3 seasons feels very long to me. 2. I could be patient for.
So if now they should improve obviously this year with Chris Paul, and Wemby himself is going to be better.
Mm-hmm.
He won't have to looking lost at the beginning of the season like he did last year. So all of that is good, but I don't know if they're still going to be good enough.
I know.
Are we talking playoffs?
Exactly.
Play-in?
Is play-in? Is that a mark?
Yeah.
Is that what we're going for? I mean,
I mean, I'm greedy.
You're like, I want the 4th spot.
Well, and again, I don't know.
Number 1 seed.
I mean, like real playoffs, not a play-in game and one and
so
you're
top
out.
6?
Yeah. I mean,
wow, that's tough.
Look, things happen. People get hurt. You never know.
Well, but I look at Wemby, and every interview you see with that guy, he wants to win.
Yeah.
He wants to win. And you said you want him to be a Spur for life.
Yeah.
3 years of suckage know the Spurs could pay him more than anybody else,
Sure.
but at some point, you want to win. And I know he wants to win. I see him, the emotion in losing in a gold medal game.
I know.
I mean,
Killed me.
could he have could he have another season of, what if they get 35 wins? Which would be on paper great growth, but
What if we get 40 wins? By the way, I'm totally winging this.
yeah, no. I mean,
They signed you.
They're on your team. I mean, when you go back to the Coyote clubhouse, you can say we. You can say
My
we.
grandfather did.
Yes.
40 wins? Would you consider that? What do you think?
At 500.
Okay.
Wow.
I mean, and again,
wow.
I'm greedy, but I see the way that team was playing at the end.
That's what I'm saying. Build off that.
I even though they're short-term help with like Chris Paul and Harrison Barnes, and they should be a better team.
I mean, look, the West is the West.
It's
not
tough.
an easy conference by any stretch of the imagination. So, yeah, it'll be tough, but I do think they've got one whole year under their belts. Wemby has grown exponentially in a short period of time. Fine. 41 wins.
There you go.
All right, that's the goal.
That was the great Michelle Beadle joining the Blitz earlier today. And of course, you can check that interview out in our audio vault powered by AFS Bail Bonds at sasportstar.com. And of course, the YouTube video of it will be up shortly on our YouTube channel at SA Sports Star. When we come back, what's the proper process to handle a quarterback? Starting quarterback was named in Denver last night. The Morning Huddle guys talked about it and how you should best prepare for the future. We'll discuss next right here on Extra Innings with Pledge on San Antonio Sports Star 94.1 FM and sasportstar.com.
San Antonio Sports Star. The Morning Huddle.
What if you got your wife like a Pamela Anderson Baywatch
I'm
swimsuit?
going to just go ahead and say that my wife has stepped away from having anything to do with my men's synchro plan.
I like to think that your wife would come out of the house like in that red swimsuit,
running real slow motion, which would
carrying
be
that-
at full speed anyway.
carrying that thing.
What you'll get is a middle-aged woman running at you with a pool noodle.
The Morning Huddle with AJ and Rob. Weekday mornings 6 to 10. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer whenever I want? Can we sleep cooler? Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. 94% of Sleep Number smart sleepers report better sleep. JD Power ranks Sleep Number #1 in customer satisfaction with mattresses purchased in-store. And now, during our biggest sale of the year, save 50% on the Sleep Number limited edition smart bed. Limited time. For JD Power 2023 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ziprecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ziprecruiter.com/free.
Guess what, people? Wendy's has new saucy nugs. You heard me. Wendy's nugs now come in 7 saucy flavors. Buffalo, honey barbecue, garlic parm, spicy ghost pepper. You can literally hear your taste buds after every bite. I'm serious. Listen to mine. Okay, that's just me playing with sound effects, but you got the idea. For a whole new way to nug, gotta be Wendy's.
At participating U.S. Wendy's.
This is the story of the one. As head of maintenance at a concert hall, he knows the show must always go on. That's why he works behind the scenes, ensuring every light is working, the HVAC is humming, and his facility shines. With Grainger's supplies and solutions for every challenge he faces, plus 24/7 customer support, his venue never misses a beat. Call quickgrainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Have you or a family member been arrested? The law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, can help regardless of the legal battle you are facing, personal injury or criminal defense. Attorney Jesse Hernandez and his team are ready to fight for you. Calls are answered 24 hours a day and 7 days a week. Call 210-807-8656 or visit jessehernandezlaw.com. That's 210-807-8656 or jessehernandezlaw.com. Law the Texas Chancla.
What if you could build a six-figure retirement income with almost half the money saved? You heard that right. Get a discount on your retirement, creating a six-figure income with 40% less than traditional 401ks and mutual funds. Hi, I'm Brett Kitchen, best-selling author, executive producer, and star in a brand new Hollywood documentary called The Retirement Deception. In this film, we traveled over 20,000 miles interviewing real Americans who've retired successfully with a great lifestyle and peace of mind. They share their stories on how they get more retirement income with the same dollars saved, and the money's never at risk if the market crashes. That's right. If the market crashes 30%, you lose nothing. Even the super wealthy are shifting money to this new strategy because it increases their retirement income or can allow them to stop working years sooner. So if you're over 50 and want a bigger, better retirement with less money saved, call to talk to a specialist and get a free copy of this brand new movie at 800-486-9595. This is a $30 value, but when you call today, you can get it completely free. I'll even cover shipping and handling, no credit card required. Call right now, 1-800-486-9595. That's 1-800-486-9595. Again, that's 1-800-486-9595.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors in an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And when you need more comfort for yourself, try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks vapors.
Use as directed. Vapo Stick for use ages 4 and up. Vapo Shower Max use for adults only.
Thanks for calling Discover. This is Diego.
Hi, Diego. It's Jennifer Coolidge. I just want to say your cashback match makes me feel so special. It really inspired me.
That's great. Doubling the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year is what we do.
Well, I'm doubling everything now. Double dating, double dipping, double feature, double header, double whammy. Basically double or nothing.
You earn, we match. Discover Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/credit card.
It's Extra Innings with Pledger on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Welcome back into Extra Innings with Pledger right here on San Antonio Sports Star, 94.1 FM, sasportstar.com. The Morning Huddle guys this morning, AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Listen to them every morning from 6 to 10 right here on San Antonio Sports Star. They got into an interesting debate after Bo Nix was announced the starting quarterback for the Denver Broncos.
So now the Patriots have to decide what they're going to do. Is it going to be Jacoby Brissett, play it safe? Or are you going to throw Drake May in there and make things happen? And the Patriots have a history of kind of doing that.
What do you think of that? I think it comes down to, this is not about, if you think May in the 4 games, and I think most talented quarterback appraisers know fairly quick by their practice and by how they handle themselves in the month of training camp. Does this guy have a chance? And if you feel like he's got a chance, but he ain't ready, and you're on a bad team, what good is it to put him out there other than the reps?
That is what it's about. It's the reps.
But I've seen those reps destroy young quarterbacks because, again, a lot of it hinges on what's around him. And I do think New England has just enough around him to make this decision far more difficult than I think they thought it was going to be. I think they expected Brissett to be their guy and, May will get some reps and clean up, mop up duty or whatever, and maybe get the starting gig after the bye week. And I don't have any idea when New England's bye week is, but you kind of feel like that might've been the plan. But what I saw of him, he looked like he's ready to go.
My opinion is I want to know as soon as possible if you can play.
Yeah.
And the sooner I find out you can't play, the better, because then I can find another quarterback.
He looks better than Bama kid already.
Than Mac Jones.
Yeah.
Although, listen, Mac Jones had a really, really good rookie year.
Yeah.
Because they said, hey, we're going to ask you to do very, very little. And he did very, very little.
But May is an athlete. You can just kind of see, this guy might just be it. How quickly do we want to see what that it is?
What do you get if you're the Patriots organizationally out of 7 or 8 games of Jacoby Brissett? What do you gain? You know what Jacoby Brissett is. I say you find out. You find out if Drake May can play or not.
And that's the question. That's what the Broncos are doing by throwing Jarrett Stidham in. Plus, remember, Jarrett Stidham's played far more college football than has Drake May. He has played for 5 years, redshirted. There's been so much to Drake May or to Bo Nix than the sample size of a Drake May. This has been Extra Innings with Pleasure. Check on your loved ones. Make sure they're doing well. You never know what a phone call can do. Thanks for joining me. We will see you on Monday because I'm going on vacation, baby.
Ladies and gentlemen, the weekend.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds, which could be life-changing. I mean, you could put that money towards that zero-turn lawnmower you've always wanted. And after using its edge-shaping technology to meticulously sculpt the face of the Mona Lisa into your grass, you'll become the undisputed king of Saturday morning lawn care, leaving your neighbor and sworn enemy Gary to question his place in the delicate neighborhood ecosystem. And it's all because